Alright. If I only had 3 hands. I need to focus on my fingers because I won't. Alright, hopefully you can see. That's still not the best. I'm going to cut a curve. Alright, in high speed mode. Yeah, I clearly melted that acrylic. So again, it's not going to be a finished cut because it's literally melting the material. But you could sand that down pretty easily to make it smooth after the fact. And all the extra stuff, as you can see with acrylic, you just break off with your hands. So that's pretty cool. The question is now, this thick acrylic is what? 2.6. So we're talking 5 times as thick now. And this one I might have to cut away from me. So it's in high mode right now. And I know it's probably lost focus. Wow, it is going through it. It's going through it slowly, and it will stop in 2 minutes, so you have to finish your cut within 2 minutes. I'm going to arc out. Okay, let that cool off a little bit. That's unexpected. I didn't expect it to cut through that thick. And actually, I mean, this is smoother than the laser cutting. All these ridges are from a laser cutter. So the outside's far more melted than the inside, it seems, but that's actually smoother inside. And that's quite interesting, unexpected. Alright, so acrylic clearly can be done. I mean, I suppose if it was going super slow, you could go through thicker material, but you have to make your cut within 2 minutes from this being totally cold. But right now it's already warm since there have been several cuts, so that's what I was worried about. Alright, so here's some polypropylene. This is from a storage box. It's pretty, well, let's see. So I just probably know the thickness. I think polypropylene is a low density plastic. This is 1.4 millimeters thick. I'm going to start with just normal mode. Yeah, so low speed. Yeah, again. Alright. Yeah, it'll take like 17 years to cut through. So I turn that off, hold it down for 2 seconds. Yellow, high speed. Well. There it goes. It takes a little bit to get started, but yeah, it's clearly melting that plastic. So polypropylene, maybe it's a denser material, but just flexible, because that is, look at that. I mean, it's totally melted that thing. It actually made it clearer from the heat, but it's not going to cut through this 1.5-ish polypropylene very quickly, and it distorts it so much. So whatever edge you want to cut far away, because you're going to have to sand the rest of it down to be smooth. Alright, so not the best for polypropylene. So here's a liquid vat resin 3D print. It's a little hint of what a model kit I'm going to be making at some point in time. So I'm going to try low speed on this one, just the support structures. I'm going to not cut I'm going to cut below the supports. Yeah, not happening. So let's go to high speed. It's yellow. Okay, yeah, high speed will do it. Now towards the actual object. Oh, no problem. Look at that. How fast it's blazing through there. That is impressive. Granted, you could just break it off with your hands. So, in fact, let me cut this half, and we'll break the other half by hand. Now this resin is very brittle. And that's just the way high detail resin is. So let me turn that off. Just show you what's going on here. Okay, so cut through those supports, and then here you cut through. You notice it doesn't melt it like those other plastics now. So with liquid high detail resin, it might just be easier to physically break it off. But if you're using big support structures where like a millimeter plastic is going into your object, when you break it off like that, it's going to take divots out. So that's where, you know, the Magicutter might be more beneficial, because you're not going to take chunks of the material that you want out, right? But with the small, actually, in fact, if you look really close, see, they're divots. There's literally material missing from this flat surface. But here, you know, since I cut through, it's all sticking up, and then I would sand it down, you know, again with just a file. Let's do both sides. And then okay, so now pretty smooth, but yeah, I mean, I guess both can be smooth if you file away enough of it, but yeah, unfortunately I don't have some super thick supports sitting with me. But oh wow, this is actually starting to get warm now, so it is warm back here, but it should be in the standby mode. It is on white color. Now this clear resin here, different formulation. I'm gonna go high mode and just try to cut through this giant rectangle square piece. Alright, it's on yellow right now, so high. And I want to cut not into my silicone mat. It's getting there, cutting through it. Okay, so yeah, again, it's a brittle plastic. It'll never be a smooth cut. Alright, while we're at it, we got some foam. Just expanded plastic with air. This is low speed. No, it's not doing anything. Yeah, let me turn it off, go to high speed. Whoa, it took a while to heat up, but yeah, at some point it just got really easy to... Yeah, this foam doesn't want to be cut. I think maybe it's absorbing the vibrations, if I had to guess. At least this kind of foam. Alright, so we have some low density foam, just slow speed. Not happening. Nope. Let's go to high speed. Now it's happening, but I almost feel like just scissors would be better, at least with this thin stuff. Yeah, so maybe not the best, but there it is. But it took high speed to get through it, not low speed. Alright, so now we know about that. Yeah, my little plastic toothpick, low speed. Yeah, it's getting through there. Whoa. I just felt a lot of heat enter my finger. Something about the vibration. This plastic is highly heat conductive. Wow, that's crazy. It was so hot I had to let go. So that's interesting. That was at low speed, so I'm going to go to high speed. Yeah, so it just cut through easier with high speed. It's almost like you just want to use it high speed all the time. Wood. So here's a toothpick. I'm gonna just go to high speed. Who we kidding? All right. Whoa! Again, I felt the heat from the vibration. That's weird. That's crazy. It started cutting the wood, as you can see. Wood is not a good conductor of heat, but the vibration caused heat in my finger. That's crazy. That's weird. Totally unexpected. So you gotta be careful of what you're holding. So it might be advisable to actually always cut down onto a surface, so you don't actually have to endure that heat pain that I just felt. So let me get these out. This is kind of weird, but I have to do this. So let's go to high speed. Oh, no problem. Yeah. So just cut down on the surface. Wow, that thing cut through really fast. It's almost like it's butter. That's crazy. No hobby knife's gonna cut through a toothpick that quickly without that sonic vibration. Hold on here. Here's an X-Acto. See, you can't do it. You would have to move it back and forth or something. Yeah, so I mean it's wood, right? But once you introduce that vibration, it is crazy cool, actually. High speed. Wow, I actually heard it. Hold on. Alright, that's crazy. It's like chopping vegetables. That's what it reminds me of. It has the resistance of chopping vegetables, like celery or something like that. So that's cool. It's definitely warm. Not hot, just warm. Okay. Just a few more materials. You know, people like to work with balsa wood. This is so long, I don't think it's going to vibrate way over here. So let's just do low speed, see, since this is a soft wood. Oh yeah. Wow, I can see the smoke. It's actually... Yeah, that's very easy to carve through. That's low speed. So let me try high speed. Oh yeah. It's like kind of like using a hobby knife, but with no force. I mean, a regular knife can do that, the balsa wood, but you have to push through it with a lot of force. Whereas this, you know, you can just guide it where it needs to go. Interesting. There, you see it burned it because it was vibrating so much. Alright, well, that's a craft material. And I guess cardboard would be a logical one. This box it came in is corrugated cardboard around 1.7 millimeters thick. Again, it's getting warm. I'm gonna go high speed. Oh, that easily cut into there. Look at a little resistance. I guess it depends on the angle. No, at this angle, almost no resistance. Let me do this. This is a little easier to see. I don't know if it's cutting through both layers. Not quite, but again, it's almost like you're just guiding it instead of using force. a regular hobby knife can cut through cardboard this thin, no problem, but you got to use a lot of force. And so, yeah, this is doing a lot of the work for you, as it should. That's what it is. It's an ultrasonic cutter. All right, so I'm gonna unplug this. Put the little plastic cap on. I'm not sure if that cap is really necessary when you have this one. It's just a redundancy, I suppose. So be mindful, this is not a magnet. It's almost like they should mold an icon into that. That's a piece of plastic, I think. It should have like a P or like a star or some, just a power icon that most electronics have. I'm wondering if maybe that power button should be in a different spot. I guess you don't want to accidentally turn it on and off, but it'd save you a lot of time. Maybe if it was a little closer to the front, you know, so you could do this. But here you pretty much have to make a really big move to turn it on and off. Maybe that's for safety. Well, I gotta say, it's very promising. I'm pretty impressed with it right now. For model kits right now, I just think it's gonna cut things off the sprues twice as fast. And then I think maybe with some practice I might be able to get some finish cuts with it. Maybe. Can't say for sure. But if you're into arts and crafts of other types, you know, I think this is pretty awesome. If you're crafting things out of, oh, one last thing, soda bottle, PET. I think about that guy that made the Howl's Moving Castle out of like recycled garbage. This would be perfect for him. I forget his Stutson Studios. I think I actually subscribed to his channel. So I'm gonna start with low speed and just see what happens. No, this is high speed. Alright, so green is low speed. Yeah, PET is pretty strong. I mean, it's meant to hold carbonated drinks. So turn that off. Let's go high speed. Well, it definitely pierced it now. Well, that went in too fast. I want to try to cut it like an S. Oh. You can see the liquid vibrating there. See? Look at that. That's kind of crazy. So this is definitely going to take a lot more practice. There we go. A little more force seems to be necessary. So, yeah, that's right here. It did really well. The speeds I was pulling it and the force, starting out not so great. So yeah, if you're into arts and crafts and you want to use all types of materials, I think this is pretty cool. Obviously, it's going to take some practice to figure out how much force you're going to use and which speed setting, but I think it's worth the money. I'm pretty happy I have it. So there's a good chance you're going to see this in a lot of my model kit builds when I'm taking things off the runners. If not, I'll leave in the comments section whether or not I stopped using this. But it did cost a lot of money, so I am going to try to use it. Okay, I guess that's it for today. It's a very long video, but hopefully this can help you decide if you want to spend a few $100s on something, right? I consider that to be a lot of money, a few $100. Maybe not in America, because eating out there is so ridiculous. But in other countries, a few $100s can get you some cool stuff, or a lot of meals. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you in the next random tool video.